before you today because I'm sort of concerned. I'm sort of concerned. I'll wait till you finish. I'm sort of concerned with some of the choices that we're making as a student body. They are not productive. Not productive to what we need to be successful students and prepared to go out into the world. See, numbers tell the truth. And I've been the principal at Charles Drew for, this is my 7th year. And at no time have I noticed such a plethora of discipline violations on top of our students aren't graduating. Only 50% of you all are finishing high school. That's not good. 50%. And the reason we're not finishing is because of choices that you all make throughout the day while you're here. You have every opportunity to be successful. And many of us, almost half of us, are not making the right choice. I would not be doing my job if I ignored it, if it didn't bother me, if it didn't cause me unease to see so many of our children not finishing the very first hurdle of their life, and that's finishing high school. So we're going to talk today, and I've invited people here to speak to you about the choices you make, the consequences of your choices, and I have a special guest at the end to come talk to you about these things also. So I'm going to start with Chief Gammage to present to you all. Please give him a hand.
Good afternoon, students. So can we have a round of applause for Veterans on Veterans Day? So we're here on Veterans Day at Charles Drew High School because we're concerned about you all. As you already heard, statistics suggest that about 50% of high school students drop out or fail high school. Those same statisticians suggest that when you fail or drop out of high school, then you are on the fast track to prison. My name is Chief Gammage. I'll be here along with Chief Cox, Mr. Ford, and Benzino, Mr. Scott. All of us have experiences in one form or the other that cause us to want to come here and talk to you and try to help you by giving you some information that we hope is uplifting. Every day as a prosecutor, I have cases on my desk that involve very often young people, high school students, juveniles, particularly people 17 years of age, or older. Let me show you what a lot of them look like when they come to court. So, when somebody comes to court, or a job interview, or to school, looking like that, do you think they're going to be successful? Do you think I'm going to give them a break as a prosecutor? Or do you think I'm going to make some conclusions based on the way they disrespect themselves by coming to court that way? Now, we all have a right to carry ourselves any way we want and to present in the way that we want. I want to caution you though, because what law enforcement officers tell us is that when they have to make decisions about whether to arrest someone or not, they look at the person first. Then they talk to the person. And they make decisions about folks' lives based on how they look and how they sound and how they present. Now, we have a right to look and carry ourselves however we want to. It's all right. But what you all should think about is how does the world view me when I respond to the world in a particular way? Let's keep going. So, these are some celebrities that have been caught and prosecuted. One of the things we want you all to know is how serious the criminal justice system is. So everybody knows what a felony is, right? All right. So, for instance, anybody don't know or doesn't know what a felony is? You don't know what a felony is? All right, we're going to teach you. So a felony is a serious crime that's punishable by 1 year or more. Robbery, rape, murder, aggravated assault, burglary, drug possession, those are the type of crimes that are called felonies. When I started my career, I was a defense attorney. One of the major crimes that young people that were high school students would get caught and convicted of were armed robbery. Armed robbery carries a minimum of 10 years in prison. I represented a lot of young people, 17 years old, who went out, took a gun or a knife or a stick, stole somebody's iPhone while armed with a gun, or stole a pizza while armed with a gun. Many of them got 10 years or 20 years in prison for that. Misdemeanors are crimes that are considered less impactful than felonies, but they're still very critical and very important. So for instance, marijuana possession. One of the crimes that affects a lot of high school students is marijuana possession. What you should know is this. If you get caught smoking a little weed, if you get caught with marijuana, anybody here interested in going to college? How about college or the military? So, anybody here, like the rest of us, think you might need financial aid or scholarship or student loans? If you do, you have to be very, very careful of your environment and what you're doing, because if you get caught, even with one joint or one blunt of marijuana or any other illicit drug, if you get convicted of it, the federal law says that you will not get any financial aid. No student loans, zero opportunities for military service. So you really want to think about that, because everybody in high school is probably going to be off of marijuana. Am I right? Am I right? That's what it was like when I was in high school. No? And so be very, very careful. Theft by shoplifting, another crime that we see happen a lot with high school students. People go into Walmart or other stores, and either them or their friend will steal something. I've seen young people 17 years of age get up to 12 months in jail for stealing from Walmart. They actually get 12 months to serve in jail sometimes. Sometimes it's 12 months on probation. Sometimes it's a little bit of jail, a little bit of probation, a fine, scenarios. Let's assume, come up here for me, sir. You, please. Alright, so y'all check this out. Let's assume DeAndre and I are both in high school. Let's assume we're in high school and we skip school, okay? Alright, so we skip the school. We skip the school and we decide to go kick in somebody's door. Right? Happens every day. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17-year-olds do it every day. How much time do y'all think you can give for that? So, here's the question. This young man goes and kicks in the door. I don't kick in the door, but I'm skipping school with him, and I'm standing in the driveway, and I'm just kind of looking out. Right? I'm like, man, I'm not about to break into people's house. I'm just hanging out with him, it's my boy. How much time do you think I can get? He can get 20 years. Same time. 20 years. It's called Parkinson's crime. Even if you don't commit it. How about this scenario? Anybody here driving yet? All right, so let's say we're driving. Come here, lady, please. Alright, so let's say we're driving and we're on the way to a football game and I'm driving and I pick her up, okay? And so I got a little bit of weed in the car, right? I'm in my parents' car, got a little bit of marijuana, and the police stop us. And I have marijuana in the center console or anywhere in the car. And the police smell it. And they search the car and they find the marijuana or they smell it on me. And they ask her, what's your name? So they ask Florencia, is it your marijuana? You smell marijuana. And Florencia probably is one of these smart young ladies who might try to protect her friend. And she might say, no, I don't know anything about it. And so, you know who ends up going to jail? Not many people go to jail. 2. Both of them. Both of them go to jail. And then they have to fight the charge. So possession of marijuana less than an ounce can get you up to 12 months in jail. No college opportunity, no military, difficulty finding jobs. If you sell marijuana, let's say I sold $5 worth of marijuana, I can get 5 years in prison for that. So another crime that we see happen a lot that young people don't think about is this. Let's say I got an iPad or an iPhone and I'm in the barber shop and I go into the barber shop or a hairdresser and I want to sell it to somebody and I'm like, yo, I got this iPad, give me $25 for it. Sound reasonable? Right? Sound reasonable. What happens is you buy it for $25 because you get a good discount. And then the police track it, and then they find out it's stolen, and you say, well, I didn't know it was stolen. And they say, well, you either knew or you should have known because the value of it is so inexpensive. That's called theft by receiving stolen property. You knew or you should have known because of the value of it. You can get up to 10 years in prison for that. So, a person commits theft by receiving stolen property when he receives property, he or she, that they knew was stolen or they should have known was stolen based on the circumstances in which they received it. I'm going to turn it over to Chief Cox now to talk to you about some of the laws that affect young people.
What's up, Drew? What's up, Drew? I'm thinking I might be in the wrong place. I said, what's up, Drew? And nobody said anything. As Keith just alluded to, Mr. Gammage just talked about some of the laws that you guys are seeing or being affected by it, I'm going to need your attention, because if you get caught up, I don't want you to say you didn't know. I need your attention, because if you get caught up, I don't want you to say you didn't know. Guys, we're seeing a lot of fights and a lot of sex on social media. Guess what? You can become a sexual offender and be placed on a sexual register if you commit certain sexual acts underage. So when you got an 18, 17, 18-year-old boyfriend, and you're 14 and 15 years old, and you're having sex on a ball field, you created a problem for your boy, your man. He just became a sexual offender. He's going to be on the sexual register. I need your attention. You need to listen up, because you're going to miss this, and you're going to tell one of my SROs you didn't know. And ignorance of the law don't count. If you don't know, that's not our problem. We're trying to spend a little time telling you what's going on in our school district. It's not funny, but it's real. Little girls, ladies, when you take these selfies, send it to your man, because he loves you. He needs bragging rights. He's got to get street creds. He's going to send it to his boy, and on and on and on. Well, what just happened then, he just distributed pornographic material. Again, he just became a sexual offender. It's not funny. Listen up. You have no idea how many times I see mothers, grandmothers in my office asking me, Chief, can you get it off? It's all over the place. It's on Facebook, it's on Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram. Once you put that thing out there in the World Wide Web, you can't take it off, folks. Y'all know that better than I do. Listen up. Listen up. You've seen it on the news. It happens regularly. Fights. We're videoing fights, putting them on the web, putting it on social media. Folks are going to jail for that. It may start out as a prank or something to embarrass somebody, but we're starting to put people in jail for that, because you know what? This is a learning environment. Mr. Townsend and others are here to provide to you an education, and I suggest you get it while you're here. The stuff that you guys do in the neighborhood, bring back to the school, we're going to deal with it. Because there's some folks among you that won't learn. There's some folks among you that want to be a productive citizen, and we're going to do our very best to make that happen. Let's talk about the police. As you know, around the country, we're having issues with the law in the community. If you're stopped, I'm going to give you some free advice, so you need to listen up. If you're stopped by law enforcement, on the side of the road is not the place to have that dispute with the cop. You will not win. I've got more power with this than I do with this. I can write you tickets all day long. I can take out as many warrants as I want to with this. And I'm quicker to do it with this than I am with this. So what I say to you, if you don't learn anything else today from what I have said, on the side of the road is not the time to argue with the police. You will not win. You will not win. Follow instructions. You get pulled over late night, most cops are just as afraid of you as you are of them. Turn on your inside light. Put your hands on the wheel. Put your arms out the window. Those things make sense. You survive. You want to survive the encounter. There's a lot of good cops out there, and a lot of us doing the right thing. But there are some that we've seen recently that are not doing the right thing. If a cop tells you, and let's say this, you get pulled over, first thing you do is you put your cell phone out there, you want to video this traffic stop. If he tells you to put your phone up, do it. Don't argue about it. You have the right to film that, but do you want to live to tell about it? Or you want to get a video that you can put on Facebook or Instagram? That video is not as important as your life. And some guys are not happy about you filming them. I don't care. One guy wearing body cameras. We want to film you just like you want to film us. All I'm saying to you guys and girls, follow instructions and you will be okay. And guess what? Every agency, every police department has somebody who you can make that report to. If you feel like somebody did something wrong to you, law enforcement said something to you that shouldn't have said or did something that they should not have done, you can file a report or complaint. You have that right as a citizen. But on the side of the road with the guy who had you stop, that's not the place to do it, not the time to do it. Everybody clear on that? I'm going to turn it over to another brother, Robert Ford, retired GBI unit, who represents the Georgia chapter of the National Organization of Black Law Enforcement Officers.
Good afternoon. I think you said good afternoon, true. Okay, thank you. Just quickly, no, I'm not going to talk too long because I know Benzino got some real good stuff he wants to put out to the young people today, so I'm not going to take up too much of his time. I do have a few comments to make, and then I would like, once we get to the part of where you open it up and you guys can ask some questions, I'm more interested in trying to find out what it is you guys need and how we can help you get the assistance you need to be successful in life. One thing that I just quickly touch on is something that we're losing across the nation from young people that are causing a lot of the divide between generations is the ability to respect each other as human beings. You see, I'm a country boy. You know, everywhere I went, I knew I was representing somebody. And that somebody was my parents, my grandparents, my neighborhood, the lady down on the corner, who all taught me how to respect people as I wanted to be respected. So I've seen, several speakers come and, people have their own little conversations, and we understand that all of you are not going to get it. But you could at least be respectful to those who want to hear from the speakers for 15, 20 minutes out of your life to just be quiet and listen. Because believe it or not, I don't think no one is getting paid to be here. You will find out that this is going to be the only time in your life, literally, that people actually care about you. All of these teachers, all of these adults here, are trying to mold you to be productive citizens of these United States of America. But once you exit that graduation stage, or for those of you who choose to drop out of school, I can tell you that there's a dog-eat-dog world out there. And you're going to be on your own. Life is about choices. It is about choices. About choices. I have a daughter. And I have a son. I have 23 nieces and nephews. That's right, 23. I say the same thing. And I tell them the same thing. If you are faced with a decision in life, if you have to think about it more than once, the chances are you shouldn't be doing it. It's pretty simple. If somebody asks you to do something and you say, well, let me think about it, you don't have to think about it. The answer is no. Don't do it. Don't do it. If you have to think about it more than once, don't do it. You have, the education that you're getting here is free. It's free. These professional educators are here to help you achieve all of your dreams, or at least of those of you that have dreams. I was a little bit taken back about when Mr. Gammage asked the question, how many of you want to go to college? Not half of you didn't raise your hand. So I would have you to ask yourself, what are your plans for your life? If you're not planning to go into the military, if you're not planning to graduate high school, if you're not planning to go to college, then what are your plans? And how realistic are your plans? The plans that you have for your life, are they attainable? Are they really attainable? And do you know how to attain your goals and objectives that you have set for yourself? If you want to be an NBA player, do you know what it takes to get there? If you want to be an academic scholar, do you know what it takes to get there? If you want to be an engineer, a lawyer, or a doctor, do you know what it takes to get there? Because what we can tell you is, we can identify some of the pitfalls that you're going to face in life that can keep you from attaining your goals and objectives. For example, dropping out of high school should never be an option. I'm going to say that again. Dropping out of school should never be on the table. There are hundreds and hundreds of thousands of inmates incarcerated in the federal prison system. Almost 75% of the inmates in the prison system are high school dropouts. On the state level, all across this nation, the United States of America incarcerates more people than any other civilized society in this world. And I will guarantee you that high school dropout rate is somewhere around 80% of those inmates in prison dropped out of high school. So it starts there. It starts with that choice not to get a good education. It's free. If McDonald's was giving away free meals, we would line up and get them. Or Burger King, or KFC, or IHOP. It's free. We would go get it. This education is free. All you got to do is put forth a little effort to get it. And I know by having talked to young people all over the Southeast United States that each of you are special. Each of you are special and have a special place in our society. But in order for you to attain it, you have to know that you are special. So right before I sit down, I'm going to tell you this. Surround yourself with good people. Surround yourself. They say you are the sum of the 5 people that you hang out with, and you never want to hang out with a group of people where you are the smartest person in the group. Okay? You never want to hang out with a group of people where you are the smartest person in the group. So find yourself some friends that can help enhance your life. And make sure you're hanging out with a strong group of people that's going to help you achieve your goals and that are not going to be a weight around your shoulder and try to lead you down the wrong trail. So I look forward to answering questions, and hopefully we'll see something here today that'll help some of you and have changed some directions that some of you may have been. And we're here to help. We're here to lend our wisdom. We're here. I've seen everything imaginable. So hopefully we can do something to help keep you guys on that straight and narrow. And at this time, I pray for
I got to move y'all for the ramp first, That's what's up. Listen, I want to ask y'all one question. You know, I don't want to talk a speech or anything. I want to talk with y'all. I want y'all to talk with me. Who in here wants to be successful? That's what I want to know first. Who in here wants to be successful? Now, if everybody in here didn't raise their hand, there's something the matter. There's something the matter. Who in here knows how to be successful? Raise their hand. Or at least have an idea on what it is to be successful. Raise your hand. Do you understand that right now, in these years, is the most important years of your life and what's going to shape you to be successful later on? Do y'all really know that, or y'all just like, well? Do y'all really know that? What y'all go through right now in high school is what's going to shape you later on. Now, I used to be the same thing, sitting in the stands, laughing, joking, not listening. I understand that, because a lot of times you've been working all day, you probably don't want to hear the rest of it, you probably want to be home right now. But it's important to listen to people like the men that spoke to you, because we've already been through it. We've been through every single thing that you guys have been through, and that's also going to go through. It's cool to be a joker, it's cool to laugh, you know what I'm saying, joke around, trying to be cool for the next man, but it's serious. Because at the end of the day, it's either three things. You're going to be successful, you're going to go to jail, or you might be dead. Now this is what it is for us. Okay, we all understand that growing up black, Latino, okay, urban neighborhoods, we all understand that it's not easy. I get that. We might come from homes that single parents. Who here loves their mother to death? Who here understands the importance of a parent to a child? Who? Last night, I had my fourth son, BB. Now I'm 55. I came here straight from the hospital to talk to y'all. I'm so happy. 5 pounds, 11 ounces, it's Benzino. You know, I've been through it all. I'm from Boston, Massachusetts. I've been through gangs. I've been through drugs. I've been locked up. I've been on trial for attempted murder. I've been through a lot. I got shot going to my mother's funeral last year. Right? Listen, I'm not here trying to be a speech. I'm trying to give you what I've been through so you can understand that I'm just like y'all. There's no different in me than y'all. None. I'm sure some of y'all can play a lot better basketball and football because I wasn't an athlete. So I respect that. But I respect the ones that are in class and go home and learn their studies. You know, who here watches Love and Hip Hop? Who here likes hip hop music? Right? We get it. We understand that. But I'm going to be honest with you. You know, the entertainment industry is a hard industry to get in. And yeah, it pays money. It pays good money. But there's no more important person than a teacher, a principal. Because these people don't get paid the money that entertainers get paid to, and they're here caring about each and every one of y'all. I mean, come on, honestly. And I'm sure a lot of y'all are hard to deal with. I get it, I was. I didn't want to listen, cut class, the jokester. I never was a bully. Bullies are whack. Do y'all agree with me about bullies are whack? Huh? When y'all see a bully, do y'all just turn your backs away? Or do y'all actually go and say something to the person who's bullying? Huh? Come here. Come here. Come here. One of y'all come here. Okay, so I'm gonna ask y'all. Come here. What if you see somebody bullying somebody else, what would you do? I mean, do you think people who bully are good people? Honestly. Have anybody in here been bullied before? How does it feel? Bullies are whack, but I'm going to tell you about bullies. You see, bullies are usually the ones with the strong personality. They could be leaders. They could have influence. Bullies are whack. I never liked bullies. Never, never. I don't care how many weights you lift, how big you are. If you're there to mess with somebody because you think they're stronger than them, or if you think they're weaker than you, that's whack. And if y'all see somebody bullying somebody, it's not snitching. Because that person who they're bullying, they might not know what to do. And who wants to be bullied and pushed around? Especially when they come to school and want to learn. Yeah, that's whack. So if y'all see somebody bullying, tell a teacher. It ain't snitching. You might save somebody's life. You know what? That snitching, that's a bunch of mess too. At the end of the day, it's about going home at night. It's about surviving the streets. It's about getting your education. And it's about making something yourself. Anything other than that, don't believe in it. Because you're being fooled. Social media, it's cool to be on social media, not 9 hours a day. Not all day. Your life can't be in your phone all day, all night. Because when you're like this all day, all night, do you know how much you're missing? Do you know what type of world out there is? You gotta interact with people. If you want to be great, you gotta interact with people, you gotta talk to people, you gotta express yourself to people. Not through a phone, not through a computer. Games, it's cool to play games maybe an hour, but 5 hours on Madden, come on, man. Come on. You're wasting your time away. Listen. It's important to listen. Unless you got the answers, and unless you know where you're going, you really shouldn't be doing a bunch of talking. And if you got something you want to share, come on down here and share it. The mic's right here. At the end of the day, it's about giving y'all a little bit of knowledge of where we're coming from. I came from Boston. I went to high school. I got involved with some gangs. The reason I graduated from high school is because my mother, I loved her dearly, and I wanted to make sure she was proud of me by having a high school diploma. Okay? I can tell y'all one thing right now. Without a high school diploma, it's almost impossible for a young black and Latino man and women. It's almost impossible. You're setting yourself up for failure. There's no way, there's nothing else I can tell you about it. Can't sugarcoat it. You're setting yourself up for failure. A lot of you young people, I notice, young people in general, take older people, he's old. Let me tell you something. When I grew up, that's all I listened to was older people. That's all I listened to. Who else might have listened to that already done it? Another young person like myself, they haven't done it. You gotta listen to older people. They've already been through it. Don't be shy. Ask questions that you want answered. These teachers not only are smart, but they have experience in life. They got kids too. They're trying to raise their kids too, so they got experience. Don't be scared to ask a question, even if you think the question is stupid. Sex, wrap up. Because none of y'all in there, none of y'all are ready to be parents yet. Not yet. No. Do you know how much it costs to raise a child? Do you know how much time you have to put into a child? Man, y'all lives will be, if there's anybody in here that has children and you're going to high school, I commend you and I respect you a lot. But honestly, the ones that don't stay that way, you got a long time for that. The young ladies in the audience, you guys got a lot of influence over these young men, I'm sure. I don't know if y'all don't know that, but y'all do. But how are you going to utilize that influence? How are you going to utilize that influence? Spike Lee got a movie out called Chirac, and from what I've seen, it's about the women in Chicago saying, we're not going to have sex with none of the guys unless they put their guns down. If that was real, oh, that would work. That would work. Yeah, that would work. What I'm saying is, ladies, you have influence, use it for the good. Talk to these fellas. Let them know that selling drugs, carrying guns, trying to be bet you're gonna start seeing change. I'm telling you, I'm a walking testament of it. I've been through every single thing you guys are gonna go through or have already went through. You just gotta have a goal in life. Like Mr. Ford said, set attainable goals. Listen, there's only 24 hours in a day. 24 hours in a day. How many people sleep more than 6 hours a day? Man, how much sleep do you need? Listen, you don't want to sleep your life away. It's a great world to get out there and enjoy it. Let's say you sleep, okay, I'll say 7 hours. Okay, we'll say 7 hours. All right? 7 hours is gone. Now you're in school for how many other hours? How many other hours in school? 8? So that's 15 hours. You got 9 hours left. What are you doing with this 9 hours? What are you doing with your 9 hours, bro? I don't know. You gotta know. You gotta know. Let me tell you something, because if you know, look, this is true. It's not meant for y'all to be millionaires in 2019, 16, 15. It's not meant for y'all to have a brand new BMW and jewelry hanging down. It's not meant for it. Not yet. Not yet. Anything that you want that is going to be a luxury, if you want it, that's for later on in life. 35, 40. Because these are the years that you have to build your brand, build your career, build yourself. Don't waste time. Them 9 hours, find out what you like to do and do it every day until you reach a point where it's so easy and it's so a part of your life that when you reach 25, 30, 35, because everybody who says, old, y'all are going to be there. There's no way around it. Y'all are getting there. It's what you're going to be doing when you reach that age. That's what you got to remember. That's the bottom line. You know, I've had a hit record with Rock the Party. I've been on a hit TV show with Love and Hip Hop. You know what I'm saying? I've done a lot. But nothing that I do is more self-serving than me coming in talking to you guys. Because I really care. I got 3 sons, I got a daughter, and I really care. It breaks my heart to see young kids get gunned down in the street that didn't even have a chance. Not even a chance. There's more kids that die each year than even overseas in the armed forces. Come on, man. It ain't supposed to be like that. But we can't keep blaming everybody else. We're going to take responsibility for it. Do y'all care? Honestly, do y'all even care? Do you care about one another? Do you care for one another? Even if you don't know each other, do you care if one of y'all gets shot and die? Do y'all care about each other? Yes or no? I heard a couple of those out there. That's all right. That's all right. You know, you don't have to care, but don't expect anybody to care about you either. Don't expect it. Don't expect no help. Don't expect no hand. Don't expect no assistance. You see, because what's that old saying? You know, you can lead a horse to water, but what? And you can't make him drink. These teachers are here, like in every other high school all across this country. They come here humbly to give you guys a chance at life. Not just high school, history, science, at life. Because when you leave here, they want you to come back the next day. It's not easy. I got a lot of love and respect for each one of y'all. And I want y'all to get through high school. You gotta get through high school. You gotta go to class and study. You got to. There's no other way around it. If not, I'm telling you, you're gonna be left out. You're gonna be in jail, and you might be in the hospital, and you might be in the grave. It's simple, and that's the unfortunate truth. There's no need to sugarcoat, because each one of y'all is smart. Each one of y'all know. Each one of y'all are way more adult than it was back in the day. Y'all are some smart young people these days. I just want y'all to know that anything is true. Anything that you want to be, you can, but you got to put a lot of work behind it. You got to really put work behind it. We're talking years. We're not talking, oh, I want to do this, and a week later, no, forget about it. If you want to be great, I don't don't care if it's a doctor, a lawyer, a pharmacist, a basketball player, a football player. By the way, there's only 400, 500 basketball players in the NBA each year out of thousands trying to play basketball. Football is NFL, not for long. You might get a contract, an average football player is out of there 3-4 years. Even football players that get big contracts end up broke because they didn't know what to do with the money when they got it. Come on, man. We're better than that. Y'all were better than me when I came up. Y'all were smarter, y'all were more in tune than when I came up. I'm not going to take up too much more of your time. But what I do want to do, I want to kind of engage in different things. Now, I want to ask some questions. I want the mic to get passed around. I want you to ask me questions. All right? Anybody in here knows one of their friends who are locked up right now? Put your hands in the air. Locked up right now. Put your hands in the air. That's a lot of hands. Have any of y'all lost somebody to violence in the streets? That's too many hands. Does anybody here know what desensitized means? Who knows what come here. Whoa, what's your name? Lala, say something louder, y'all. You know we gotta get our selfie on. What did you sensitize me?
You said what
What does desensitize me?
Okay. Y'all listen carefully. Desensitize means no game now. Love one another, y'all. Come on.
Alright, look, desensitized means that we're used to something that is bad. Like we're used to violence in the streets. We're used to our friends getting locked up for drugs. And if somebody dies, it hurts us for a second, and then we go about our business. That's not good. That's not good. That's not good. That's not good. You know, we gotta watch out for one another. We gotta look out for one another. How many of y'all know what you want to do when you graduate? How many of y'all know what you want to do when you graduate right now? Which one do you?
Basketball.
You want to be a basketball player? WNBA? The WNBA? How are you preparing yourself to be a basketball player? Out of practice? Do you practice a lot? How many days a week you practice? How many jump shots a day you take? Huh? Well, do you ever go by yourself to go practice? Like, I know you might practice with a group, but then you get up and say, you know what? I want to take 500 jump shots a day on my own. Would you do that? Just supposed to do. Who else? Who else knows what they want to do? Yeah, plastic surgery. What's your name? Elaine. So plastic surgeons make a lot of money. That's a great career. But how are you preparing yourself to be a plastic surgeon?
Okay, I'm going to school, I'm going to and then I have to do good science and, read and social
Give her a round of applause. Because that's real talk. She said she got to go to science because you got to learn certain science to be a plastic surgeon. Yeah, definitely. And I just want to touch on this. Young ladies, each one of y'all are beautiful. You don't got to do no plastic surgery. You ain't got to enhance nothing and put fake stuff in of you, nah, I'm not with it. I'm not with it. I'm sorry. I don't like it, I'm not with it. Each one of y'all are beautiful. God made you that way. You have your own uniqueness, and you gotta know that. All that plastic surgery stuff, and not saying that so you don't get no business. But I'm not with it. Love yourself. Come on, I want to get some guys. Come on, bro. What you want to do? Come on.
I want to be a petroleum engineer.
A petroleum engineer. That's big. What made you want to be a petroleum engineer?
I just always like fixing up and stuff. I like figuring stuff out. I know something new to do.
How are you doing? How are you doing in school? How's your grades? Good? Give a round of applause. We gotta support that. Yeah, y'all gotta support that. Young brother want to be a petroleum engineer. Support that. Who else? Who else?
I want to be a judge job.
What are you doing to prepare yourself? First of all, what made you want to be a track and field driver?
My dad, my uncle, my grandmother.
Now, he just said something real important. His dad and his uncle tried track and trails. Now, that's if there's somebody in your family doing something, that's something that you might want to get into because they can help you with it. That's big. I wish you a lot of luck with that. Listen, my time's about up. I just really appreciate y'all doing for real. I want to come back. And I hope y'all really listen to what I'm saying because I care about y'all. I don't come here just to be wah-wah. I care about y'all.